trasmitir em direto. Acho que deu. Ok. Okay, we started the live stream. Hope everything is okay. Just testing. Yes. Okay. Yep. Okay. 2 people watching. Good. We're just going to wait just a few minutes before you officially start the live stream. I'm just going to do my final checks, see if everything is okay. I hope everybody is listening to me. If you do, just write on the comments so I can see. Okay, we're getting more viewers, around about 8, which is good. Hello Gaetano, how are you? Hope everything is okay. Today I'm doing the live stream instead of Claudia just because she had indisposal a little bit before. I don't know if she had something for dinner, she didn't feel very well. She was trying to prepare herself for the live stream, but in the meantime she got an indisposal. She's not able to do this time. Next Friday for sure. I'm just looking down here because I'm accompanying the chat here is more easy for me. Don't worry, I'm not ignoring you. Okay, right about here 5 minutes. Buonasera, Simone Zaghi. Nice to be here also. My first live stream through Bridges of Light, that's okay. Hope everybody is listening to me well. If you can confirm me on the chat, it will be nice. And of course, the live stream will be regarding the power of colors and the meanings and how can we use and take advantage of them. Yes, Ketan, I'm online. Yes, it's me. Claudia, as I said, is at the indisposal, but next Friday she will do the regarding the horoscope and the angels, also archangels, and the colors, of course. But today I will do also the colors and their meanings in a more broad and probably how I use them in my visualization planning program. I just hope I don't disappoint you. I know you're already expecting Claudia to be here. But in the meantime, I will go throughout the live stream. If you have any questions, more specific questions, she will answer them in the next Friday regarding colors and take advantage of that to explain that and also apply to them in the guardian angels and horoscopes also. Okay, we will start and see where we can go after that. In the meantime, if you have any questions regarding any specific colors, in the main colors, or even black and white, you can make it on a chat so I can answer them. But today we're going to try to expand and see how colors hold some power because they can impact our moods, emotions, and also our behaviors. And also be a source of information regarding the receptor and also the emitter of the colors itself. Um, Sometimes the individual response to color can stem from personal experience. The science of color, along with color psychology, supports the idea that it's far more to it. Um, Countless studies has also been conducted on the relationship between color, particularly in the areas of marketing and branding. But today we are not going to explore too much this subject of marketing and branding because we want to explore more in a more personal field. Um, but at the basic level, colors influences people and can transmit also our states and our feelings in a particular day or in a broad term. Um, okay, hello, Lackfish Grover. I hope I didn't mispronounce the name. Um, Regarding the colors, I will start with a little all the colors to see. We are going to talk about these colors from red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and pink. I will start with the red color, which is a color of action. It's also a color for representing fire and blood. It's also associated with energy, war, danger, strength, power, determination, as well as passion, desire, and love. Usually, love can be more associated with a light red, but is also sometimes seen the red as the power of love. It's also very emotionally intense color, enhances human metabolism, increases the respiration rate, raises blood pressure also. It has usually high visibility, which is why usually stop signs, stoplights and fire equipment is all painted in red. Usually in heraldry, sorry about my pronunciation of this word, red is used to indicate courage. Usually it's on the banners of family and flags of medieval times. It's also a color found in many national flags, usually representing the blood shed during the founding of the country itself. Also, red brings text and images to the foreground. Usually it uses its accent color to stimulate people to make quick decisions. Usually it's on the sites when you have the buy now or click here something buttons or internet banners to give people the action to do to take that action. In advertising, just a quick brief mention, is used to evoke usually sometimes erotic feelings. For example, red lips, red nails, red light districts, or lady in red, that kind of symbolism. Is also used widely to indicate danger, like signs of high voltage, traffic lights, and is also commonly associated with energy. So you can use it when preparing energy drinks, games, cars, items related to sports and high physical intensity. Um, as I said, light red sometimes can represent choice, sexuality, passion, sensitivity, and love. Then we have the part of pink, but we will go there. We can use also dark red, which it can be associated with vigor, willpower, rage, anger, leadership, courage, longing, malice, and wrath. You can have the brown side, which is suggests stability and denotes masculinity qualities. And we have the more reddish brown, which is associated with harvest and fall, which is kind of this season roundabout now. I don't know if you have more specific questions regarding red. Okay, Lorena Lucarini, nice to, okay, I'm in translation. Okay, thank you so much, Lorella. So Lorella is translating this live stream for Italian. I thank you very much because Italian is not my main language. It's Portuguese or English. English sometimes not so good, but I can get around it. I don't know if you have any specific question that you want for red, uh, or if you want to know usually what I can use this color to see how I do my stuff regarding visualization planner. Usually it's more about, yeah, Claudia is on the chat. Okay. I don't know if you have any more specific question regarding the color red. If you do, please leave it on the chat. For now, okay, I will proceed with the next color, which is the orange. In the gamut of this first picture that I saw, that I showed you. Okay, we are going to pass for orange. Orange usually combines the energy of red and happiness of yellow. It is associated with joy, sunshine, and the tropics. Orange represents enthusiasm, fascination, happiness, creativity, determination, attraction, success, encouragement, and stimulation. Um, okay. Okay. To the human eye, orange is a very hot color, so it gives the sensation of heat. Nevertheless, orange is not as aggressive as red. Orange indicates oxygen supply to the brain, produces an invigorating effect, and stimulates mental activity. Okay, Claudia is still on the chat. I'm very sorry again for she not be available to come here today to do the live stream. Was invited to do this one regarding colors. I'm sorry if I'm reading too much because it's more about my notes and her notes that she gave to me. I hope you all are enjoying this live stream. Sometimes I just look here because I'm taking the chat some views to see if you have any particular questions regarding the colors that we are talking about here today. So we shall continue. Usually it's highly accepted among young people because it's a citral color. Orange is associated with healthy food and stimulates appetite. Is a color of fall and harvest also, the orange. In heraldry, which its orange is symbolic of strength and endurance. Orange has a very high visibility, so you can use it to catch attention and highlight the most important elements of your design. Orange is very effective for promoting food products and toys. Okay, Lorella, what can I regarding red? Any specific question? You lost it. Which part? Okay, Simone Sagi. Okay, yes, orange can be a very amazing color. Can be, if used right, can be a very good color indeed. Um, However, dark orange can mean deceit or distrust. So it's not that amazing. But if you turn the orange to a more shade of red, usually corresponds to desire, sexual passion, pleasure, domination, aggression, and thirst for action. Um, yes, Latvish is it's very interesting colors and how we can use them. Yes. Um, and the tones of gold of orange turns in tones of gold usually evokes the feeling of prestige. The meaning of gold is illumination, wisdom, and wealth. Usually is associated with high quality gold. Okay, Lorella got lost in explanation of red. Okay, I finished basically with orange for now. I will turn back to the red and give an overview of what we talked about. Just going to switch here. Okay, red. We got a little card here to symbolize like a quick notes of what red can be used and how it can be very interesting. So basically, blood is associated with energy, war, danger, strength, power, determination, as well passion, desire, and love. Um, and usually, it's a very emotionally intense color. Can enhances human metabolism, increases respiration rate, blood pressure, and usually has very high visibility, which is why stop signs, stop lights, and fire equipment are usually painted in red. It cuts your eye, so it's very easy to identify in these situations. Usually in heraldry, it's around the banners of medieval times. It's used to indicate courage because usually it's about action and danger and strength. And it's also because you can find this color in many national flags, because usually it's associated with the founding of the bloodshed and all the efforts they have to do to found that country. So usually it's very used. Um, Also, it's usually to stimulate very quick decisions. Usually, in when you are in a website, when you have the buy now, click here, this kind of stuff, because it's usually to designate some action for people to take action. Usually, it's on those buttons that we usually see this color. Um, Also, in advertising, we can use it to evoke some erotic feelings from red lips, red nails, lips, everything. And it's also used to indicate in some situation danger. Usually when you have traffic signs or high voltage signs, this kind of thing, usually it's used red to indicate some kind of danger. And also associated with energy. So usually people use it to promote like energy drinks, games, cars, anything related to high physical activity or sports. Okay, Simon. Yes, we are enjoying Miguel. You can also use it when you are sad, right? I'm assuming orange. Just reply me if it is orange that you are talking about, Simon. Thank you. Regarding orange, yes, you can use it to counter because usually it's represents enthusiasm and fascination. We can take this and use it to counter uh, uh, the emotions that are counter to these ones, like enthusiasm, fascination, happiness. We can use it to start to counter sadness. We are more moody, or we usually don't want to be alone. It creates more of these feelings. We can counter with this everything that I'm explaining here. Usually, it's good to counter the the other feelings or emotions that we are feeling at the moment. Okay, thank you, Lorella. Okay, yes, orange can be as sometimes depends on the kind of sadness. Can we can also be use some yellow, which is the color that we are going next. Bordeaux color. Bordeaux usually it's the almost the what we call the reddish brown. Um, Usually it's associated with wines, which is the color of harvest and fall, because we have all how the process of wines and how this color um, is associated with. Usually we can try to um, usually it's how we can identify this color associated with harvest of fall. Usually it's very used in the autumn and in the winter because of how it is associated to the weather. We can counteract it with lighten up to give more action, because the brown starts to give shades of black, which usually it's not very good because it's a depressing color to a certain point. And use it on the winter, which is already by itself a depressing season in a lot of people. We can lighten up a little bit the red to light red to represent something more joy. Sorry. I hope it answered the question, Simon. Okay, so now if no more questions for now, I will pass through yellow if it is okay. I'll put my little card, and usually yellow is the color of sunshine. It's associated with joy, happiness, intellect, and energy. That's why it's a very good color to counteract any other the feelings that also sadness and when we feel we are not very well stimulated on ideas and everything. Usually, yellow it produces a warming effect because we also associate it to the sun. This kind of color arouses cheerfulness, stimulates mental activity, and generates muscle energy. Yellow is also often associated with food. Usually, bright yellow is an attention getter. Usually, that's why all the cabs in a lot of countries are painted this color to catch your attention. Uh, but sometimes, when overused, yellow can may have a disturbing effect. It is known that babies cry more in yellow rooms. Yellow is seen before other colors when placed against black. This combination is often used to issue a warning. Um, in heraldry, sorry, I have a battle here with this word today, indicates honor and loyalty. Um, Later, the meaning of the yellow was connected with cowardice. It's also usually invoking a pleasant and cheerful feelings. You can use yellow to promote children products and items related to leisure. Yellow is very effective for attracting attention, so use it to highlight the most important elements of your design in everything that you want, even for clothing. If you have a plain clothing, for example, with blue, like my shirt, if you put like a stripe of yellow or something like that, the tones of yellow, it cuts the attention immediately. Um, Usually, men perceive yellow as very light-hearted, like a childish color, because again, is associated with joy, happiness, energy. So usually, men associate this with children. So it's not recommended to use yellow when selling like expensive products for men or very prestigious things, because usually men will not buy a yellow business suit or even a yellow Mercedes or something like that. Yellow is an unstable and spontaneous color, so avoid using yellow if you want to suggest stability and safety. Okay, thank you, Simone. Buonasera Ivana Greco. Leggiamo sia la traduzione, sicuramente molto interessante. Buonasera, grazie. I hope I didn't read this wrong. Okay, I think she. Okay, she's waiting for the translation. Okay, I hope you're enjoying this, Ivana. Okay, regarding continue with yellow, we can use, for example, a light yellow. Usually, it tends to disappear into the white zone. So we usually tend to use a dark color to highlight it. Shades of yellow usually are visually unappealing because they lose cheerfulness and become dingy, dinging like almost like dull. Usually this dingy yellow, usually it's for caution, decay, like for example, you usually see in a lot of movies when you see things yellow that represents decay, sickness, and sometimes jealousy. We see about this dingy, dull yellow. Um, in the meantime, light yellow can be associated also with intellect, freshness, and joy. Hmm. Interesting question. Lavkesh, sorry. Can you use yellow and orange to overcome daily feeling of stress? Um, it's not very suitable combining the two, especially if they are like bright, because it can be you can like in the middle of the day you can wear down yourself because it's representing too much enthusiasm, too much joy, too much happiness. It's and energy. It can wear you down during the day using just like orange and yellow. Usually, I try to avoid combining these two colors, just these two colors. Usually, we tend to combine, for example, yellow. You can use like a bluish, the orange. If it's not too a bright orange, like a more dark orange, it's kind of good. If you wear like, for example, like a shirt, like jeans or something, like with some accents of orange, usually blue because blue is a stabilizing color. with some notes of orange or yellow, not the both of them. Usually it's good because it counterbalances a little bit. So it gives a little bit of balance of joy, happiness, and some stability. Um, okay, can we wear gold as its color is yellow? Yeah, gold is basically like a shade of between orange and yellow. Um, Usually it can be because it's usually associated with prestige and luxury. Just for example, it's not good to dress yourself in gold color. Of course, it's usually it's like painting. It's like making a painting. You use the canvas, which is like a base color, and then you put some notes. Because if you put like for example everything in gold, it's like for example even like a black car with some accents of gold, it cuts more the attention than like a all gold car. It's doesn't suit because it only suits gold for example rings, accessories. That is good because it gives a note, an accent to cut your attention. If you get too much attention, you get overwhelmed with the bright colors from like before the orange and the yellows. Gold can be also associated if you have too much of it. It can overstimulate you to a certain point. I hope it did kind of answer the question because this all the flashy colors, it's good to have like just one accent or just one note of that color wherever you do. Just it's like if you imagine you're putting yourself like all in yellow or all in orange, it doesn't suit so much because it's too much. But if you can wear yourself all in white or all in black, even though it can represent certain things, but it's visually it's more appealing than just for example even like green or all pink. Pink for example can be if a lady can dress in all pink, but usually it's not that good if it all just one color because it's too much trying to symbolize something or trying to counterbalance stuff that people are or in feeling that day or something like that. So okay, as Claudia said, overcome daily stress. The best is light green. Of course, you're not going to dress all in light green, but like for example, the shirt light green and something to counterbalance some stability, like a blue. I think it's okay. Um, but usually, this all the colors that represent strength, even red. For example, like a shirt red, it's good, or a tie red, it's good, or even like a stripes of white and red, it's good. But if you dress all red, you're just evoking rage, too much strength, too much danger. People don't they feel more aggressive towards you. And even if you are in a calming day, if you wear all red, by the end of the day you're completely tired because you're just more aggressive. And sometimes people, oh, I just usually like to use red, like okay for desire, love, stuff like that. But usually it's more associated with underwear or some or a tie or some I don't know, some shoes for women. Usually the red symbol to caught the attention of the beauty of the feet or something like that. Or like in a cocktail dress, all red. Can symbolize sexuality or even some attraction to love, but usually for men it's very associated with too much aggressivity, uh, which is not that good. I don't know if between these all three colors that we mentioned today, if you have any more specific questions. And again, Love Cash, I hope I did answer with the gold stuff. If it was good, the answer. Okay. For now, I will proceed then to to green, which is our next color. Okay. Okay, so green usually it's associated with nature. It symbolizes growth, harmony, freshness, and fertility. That's why usually for the daily stress, because it represents freshness, it's good to overcome the stress, and also because of the harmony. It's also dark green, usually associated with money. You can usually see on, like in any movie, American movie, you can see all the bills are in that dark green, and usually I think euros also have some green to represent the more 100 euros, if I'm not mistaken. But usually it's a lot of countries. You can see the green as representing the money. Usually green has a great healing power. Uh, it is the most restful color for the human eye. It can improve vision and usually suggests stability and endurance. Sometimes green denotes lack of experience. For example, a greenhorn is a novice. It's like a nickname for usually military service and police. Usually in heraldry, it was used to indicate growth and hope. Okay, thank you, Lavkesh Grover. Sorry, I'm mispronouncing all the names today. Very foreign names. I'm not used to it. I'm so sorry. Um, I okay. Usually the growth and hope for heraldry, like in the banners. Green is opposed to red, which means safety. It is a color for of free passage in road traffic. So it's one is opposed to the other. Usually green is to indicate safety, usually for advertising drugs and medical products. It's also directly related to nature. Uh, so we can use it to promote green products or anything. Usually in the supermarkets, when you see green, usually it's for the organic stuff, because it is to try to pass the message that it's safe to eat because it's organic made. Um, Dull and darker green is usually associated with money, as we mentioned, in the financial world, banking, Wall Street, anything that comes to that. Usually they use the darker green. Um, it's that dark green can be in terms of emotions, can be associated with ambition, greed, and jealousy. The green with shades of yellow can indicate like sickness, cowardice, discord, or jealousy also. Because it's like it doesn't yellow green, it's not a very good color to see. That's why it indicates a lot of this stuff. The aqua, it's usually associated with emotional healing and protection, and usually the olive green is the traditional color of peace. mm, I hope you have some more broad questions regarding the green. Yeah, I'm just looking to the in the chat if there is any questions, and I hope I'm doing a good role here, Claudia. I know I'm not as good as you regarding this subject, but I tend to use the colors in usually as just a way of reading people of how they feel, or usually if they are feeling something that the color doesn't indicate, it's because they're usually trying to combat that feeling or emotion that particular day. This regarding my visualization planning experience. Okay, yes, Greco. Okay, thank you. Um, Colors of hope. Um, Green color of hope. It's more about peace. Of hope, it's, I'm not mistaken, it's the blue one. Um, if if I'm not, because usually has to do about yeah. Usually it's about tranquility, calmness, hope. So in this way, uh, green is more about health in general, if you want to consider that, and freshness and harmony. Usually blue is the hope is associated with blue. Okay, I'm not seeing at the moment any more particular questions regarding green. Okay, thank you, Lorella. Uh, so we're talking about hope for blue, and of course, blue usually it's a color of sky and sea, often associated with depth and stability. Usually symbolizes trust, loyalty, wisdom, confidence, intelligence, faith, truth, and heaven. It's usually considered beneficial to the mind and body. That's why usually when we use, for example, a blue in when we dress in blue, it's good because we usually can benefit regarding mind and body. And then if you want to associate with some notes of some piece of wardrobe that can make something more, for example, we talked about the yellows and maybe the reds, it's always good to give like a note of that color. Mm. Okay, Laura, because in Italian we say green as hope, an expression. That's interesting. Yeah, maybe it was. I don't know if it is because of maybe past times regarding heraldry. Um, yes, heraldry, as I mentioned, green indicates growth and hope in the medieval times. Heraldry usually it's used when they made the banners of families, royal families, and everything. That can be why that saying is very well known in Italy. Maybe it's because of this. But of course, all these latest studies regarding colors, they are not. Um, I understand why they thought that green was about hope because in times gone, green is always associated. I think it was associated with that. Nowadays, the modern world does that doesn't make sense, but it makes more sense the blue one if you think about it. And Lavkesh, okay, asked, are days of the week associated with different colors? And this will be a good question for Claudia in next Friday to explain this meaning of colors or association with colors in different ways of the week. So I'm sorry, I will leave that to her so she has something to talk about next Friday. Also the same color of our fourth chakra. Fourth chakra I have here. Yes, it's for the fourth chakra, but I have here some notes regarding. Okay, just wait 1 minute, sorry. Okay, here I have it. Okay, blue. Fourth chakra is the heart chakra. It's green. The blue is for the throat chakra. Yes, throat chakra. So the fourth is the green, and the fifth, which is the throat chakra, is the blue one. Okay, so I left here. Okay, so blue is considered beneficial, like I said, to mind and body, and Usually can slow human metabolism and produces a calming effect also. Okay, Lakvesh, I hope to see you next week also. Green gives an amazing power of love for the healing also. What kind of color can you suggest as for the healing? Thanks. A question from Simone. Okay, this is more area for Claudia regarding healing. I think I will try to leave it for her. It's not very well my field, the healing. But because what I know regarding the chakras and healing. Oh, okay, Simon. Yes, okay. I'm in the Greek color. Yes, the fourth chakra, right? Yes, I confirm. Which is the heart chakra, which is usually representing the mantra I love, and usually it's about love, joy, and inner peace, and usually used with love, compassion, and belonging. That's the notes that I have for now regarding chakras. I don't know too much about it, but I have always some notes regarding the healing. Blue or violet. Violet is for the crown chakra, and blue is for the throat chakra. Yes, I confirm. Yes, crown chakra, which is in the top of the head, is violet, or sometimes can be with some shades of white also, light violet or violet normal, because for the third eye, which is in the forehead, it's more about indigo, so it's a stronger blue to a certain point. The blue is for the throat chakra, and it's used, of course, for purpose of communication and speaking the truth. I hope it clarifies. Yes, I hope it answered that, Lavkesh. For the seventh chakra, which is basically the next after the blue. We'll go to the purple one. Purple, yeah. Okay, so usually usually blue associated with tranquility and calmness, and heraldry in medieval times usually it was used to symbolize piety and sincerity. Usually, in a broad term, you can use blue to promote products as services related to things that are regarding cleanliness, like water purification, cleaning liquids, vodka, and sometimes regarding airlines, airports, air conditionings, everything regarding with water and sea, like mineral water, sea voyages, like cruises and everything. And as opposed to emotionally warm colors like red, orange, and yellow, blue is linked to consciousness and intellect. So usually it's used to suggest precision when promoting high-tech products also. Usually electronics and where they have branding of blue is try to indicate they are very high-tech. Blue is also associated as a masculine color. It is usually accepted among all the males. Dark blue is more associated with depth, expertise, stability, and usually it's a preferred color for corporate America. Usually it's also in their flag, the dark blue. Yes, Simone, I'm seeing the chat here. Claudia, yes. So question of Simone was if green gives an amazing power of love for the healing also, and usually what kind of color can you suggest as for the healing? Thanks. I know I didn't kind of answer that question because green regarding healing, from what I know, it's more associated with the heart chakra. Okay, thank you, Lakvesh. Yeah, that's what I know. It's not my field of expertise. I'm so sorry, Simone. I think it can be like a topic for next week, if I'm not mistaken. We can, Claudia, maybe can brush the topic of healing in certain colors, and also for the days of the week and everything in those fields. Um, and I forgot to put my card on blue. Sorry about that. Now it's on blue. Okay. I was regarding the corporate America likes to use a lot the blue. We should avoid using blue when promoting food and cooking because usually blue suppresses appetite. Okay. Okay, thank you, Simon. Yes, next week with Claudia. Um, Nivana talks to Claudia. Okay. Uh, Grazie di cuore. Molto buono. Um, as I was saying, usually blue suppresses appetite, so that's why you don't see that color in any fast food chains or anything. Usually you associate with yellow and red, most of it, and other colors. Um, but we can use warm colors like yellow, red, and blue, usually like impact vibrant designs. Usually for superheroes because it recalls like something that it's strong because of the combination of colors. Usually light blue is more associated with health, sometimes with healing. Okay, I reach here the part of the healing usually. It's and tranquility, understanding, and softness. The light blue, um, almost like baby blue. Light and baby blue. I think it's associated can be associated with healing. I think. Usually the dark blue is represents knowledge, power, integrity, and seriousness. That's why usually blue is very used in corporate America because it's tried to represent something that is power, knowledge, the integrity of the person itself that's representing the company, and they are serious in business. That's why usually we see a lot of blue. And sometimes they use the notes like almost if you watch any politician that try to give some impression, they usually use blue suits with red ties to give the concept that they have knowledge, they are powerful, they are serious, but they always ready to take action when needed be. uh, Regarding blue, I don't know if you have any okay. Yes. Okay, Simon replied to Claudia. Okay, next week for sure. Okay. I don't know if you have any more question regarding blue. Usually, I usually use these notes um, when I'm using my program. When people are building their boards, their visual boards, usually I use these kind of notes to see how they are manifesting themselves regarding how they want to achieve things in life and how they want to guide themselves through. Okay, I don't see for now. Just gonna wait because there is always a little delay. Just wait a few seconds to see if there is anything regarding blue. And I think to a certain point answer the questions of Simone, if I'm not mistaken here. Regarding the healing, but it can be brought in more depth next week for sure. Okay, if there is like no questions, I will pass to the next one, which is purple. Okay, purple. Okay. So usually purples combines the stability of blue and the energy of red because it's a combination of these two colors. It's also associated with royalty. It tries to symbolize as power, nobility, luxury, and ambition. That's why usually purple is always associated with gold. Also, it conveys wealth and extravagance. Purple usually is associated with wisdom, dignity, independence, creativity, mystery, and magic. Usually, according to surveys, around 75% of pre-adolescent children usually prefer blue to all other colors because it's something that it's very rare in nature, this color, and some people might consider it artificial, but it's not. There is this color. It can be rare, but it is. light purple is a good choice for usually feminine designs, and you can use bright purple also when promoting children's products because it's not very common color, and of course the pre-teenage kids usually prefer because it's so rare to see this color out of the house that usually that's why they feel attracted to it. Usually, light purple evokes romantic and nostalgic feelings, but dark purple usually evokes gloom and sad feelings, and usually can cause frustrations. That's why usually people always tend to go to the light purple. Um, hmm. Okay, there is an interesting question for Lavkesh from Lavkesh. Can we wear a string on wrist with a combination of light yellow, light red, and light blue? Yeah, yellow, red, and blue. Yeah, it's a wrist on string. It's nothing that is going to caught too many attention, but it's something that it's like I said before, it's like a note of a color when you use to make the broader picture of when you use everyday clothing. Mm, yeah, but the yeah, it's a good combination to wear on the wrist. Yes. I don't know if anybody has any more interesting questions regarding purple. Um, I said before when we were about talking about give a little brief talk about chakras. We mentioned there. Um, the purple violet is almost a similar color. Is not it's not the same, but it's very similar. Um, that's why usually people it's associated with crown chakra, which is usually used to almost kind of symbolize all the colors to a certain point of the chakras itself, if I'm not mistaken. And it's also can be associated with the divine and healing. If I if I if I'm correct, usually it's associated with the divine and your higher self. Um, yeah. Usually it's associated with the mantra I understand. So it's encompass everything there is and there isn't to a certain point. Okay. Purple is very. It's not very used in our day to day, but it's always a color that catches our eye. Um, I'm going to pass to our next one because it's a very short usually. Mm. Orella makes an interesting question. Is it a colors for the show? Actors use it for good luck in shows. I think this part regarding the purple. If I'm not mistaken, we're talking about the purple still. Usually, it's can be used in the shows for actors because in the medieval times, when acting kind of was the only ways of entertainment, to attract novelty and everything, they put the curtains. Usually, they were purple to symbolize the novelty and everything to attract noblemen to watch the shows, and I think that's the purpose of people of a lot of actors still use this color for luck, for good luck, because usually when noblemen come and the show was good, they were well rewarded, and we have a lot of these movies from Shakespeare in Love. Usually, in old plays, if I'm not mistaken, almost all the curtains are in purple or in any shade of purple because it always trying to attract, because it's the thing we never in the medieval times it's very rare color in nature, so it's something that caught your eye, and to a certain point it was to symbolize luxury, nobility, and everything. If I'm not mistaken, this is why still today it's like a tradition actors to use it for good luck. I hope it answered the question, Lorella. Um, we can pass to black. if it is okay, or wait, sorry, I have another color before we go to the deep end of blacks, which is the a little bit more brighter, the pink one. Usually it's associated with femininity, but it usually tries to indicate that to mean sweet, nice, playful, cute, romantic, or charming. And usually it's used for feminine because it also represents tenderness. Usually associated with bubblegum, flowers, babies, little girls, cotton candy, and sweetness, these kind of things. Um, Somebody replied to Ivana. I'm so sorry, I don't think question control é stato criato exclusivamente em inglês. Yes, I can only speak English and Portuguese. And I hope that that the yeah I hope all the moderators are keeping up with the translation. I'm so sorry if I'm mispronouncing any words, having more difficulties with that. But yeah, okay. And the pink also, usually it's the universal color of universal love and oneself and the others. Usually it's associated with breast cancer awareness, and usually anything that is feminine causes, usually they wear pink because it's the pink, the color that we usually associate with feminine causes and the feminine side of it. Also tends to represent friendship, affection, harmony, inner peace, and approachability. Pink is the official color for little girls, and usually represents sugar and spice and everything nice. Usually it's the term that people use. And usually it's associated with the sweet side of the color red. While the color red stirs up passion, aggression, and action, large amounts of color pink can actually create physical weakness. That's why usually it's associated with the feminine part, because they are associated with not being so physically strong than men, which for me usually it's okay. We can discuss this in another live stream, but okay, we shall continue with the colors. They both represent love, this pink and red, but red tends to represent more the heat and the passion, while usually pink represents romance and charm. That's why usually when we start relationships, like for example flowers, the color red is most about the passion at the starting of the relationship, while the color pink can be used in the middle of the relationship per se. Not it represents there is going to be an end. There is no color for an end of a relationship, but usually it's in a more advanced phase. Usually people, if they are feeling romance for their partners, usually they turn more to pink, and sometimes they counteract with some red. But usually it's not very good to use the roses red and pink. Usually it's red or white, pink or white, because we're going to pass in the white and see what they are related to, try to represent in emotions. Usually hot pink is used to communicate playfulness, white light pink is used to communicate tenderness. And the curiosity here, usually pink gemstones are believed to bring about serenity for relaxations, not relationships, acceptance and contentment, and try to also neutralize disorders or to soften any frustration that we might have at the time. But this is more in the field of crystals, which is also not for me. I'm so sorry. It's my little notes usually. I like to put some sprinkles of things that I'm not very expert on, but it's always good to know. Okay, regarding pink, I don't know if anybody has any more particular question regarding this color. Okay, I will pass down to the black one. I will try to be a little more speedy, so we are in the roundabout of 1 hour. I know Gaetano doesn't like when we overextend too much. We don't take time for other people that are doing live streams here on Bridge of Light. So I'll try to wrap these two ones, black and white, and afterwards I will be on the chat after the live stream to answer any questions, me and Claudia, if she can. Okay, so usually black is associated with power, elegance, formality, death, evil, and mystery. Usually it's a mysterious color associated with fear in the unknown. For example, black holes. Usually has a negative connotation. Like for example, usually is always a blacklist, black humor, black death. Usually being denoted like strength and authority, it is very considered very formal, elegant, and prestigious colors. For example, a black tie or a black Mercedes or something like that. And usually in heraldry, in the medieval times, was a symbol for grief. Um, the black gives a feeling of perspective and depth, but a black background diminishes readability. So unless you counter with white, black backgrounds tends to consume all other colors basically, because black it is the conjunction of all colors. A black suit or dress can make you look thinner, because it makes you look thinner because it's a visual trick, because blacks absorb all the light, so if there is a well lit room, it seems that the black makes you look thinner. When designing for a gallery of art or photography, you can use like a black or a gray background, sorry, to make the other colors stand out. Black contrasts well with bright colors, combined like for example red or orange. Other very powerful colors also. Black gives a very aggressive color scheme. It can be seen in some, for example, in some race cars. They are all black, but they usually have like a huge stripes of red, of orange, like for example race cars or the sports cars. If they are black, usually put some these accents of red or orange to make like to see a more aggressive car, more fast car. Um, okay, I don't know if anybody has any more questions regarding this black color. Black that is not technically is not a color, is a combination of all colors existing on the universe. And while black is a combination of all colors, basically white is an absence of color. And we are going to pass to white, because it's absence of color, so there is no it's almost associated with light, goodness, innocence, purity, and virginity. Usually it's considered the color of perfection because there is nothing affecting it, so there is no color, no emotion affecting it, so it's that's why they usually represent perfection. White usually also means safety, purity, and cleanliness. As opposed to black, white usually has a positive connotation and can represent a successful beginning. That's why usually all the canvases are white, because it's absence of color, so it represents the beginning of something. There is nothing there. And usually in the medieval times in heraldry, white depicts faith and purity, because again it's the note of not having any color there. That's why even in medieval times it represented faith and purity. In advertising, usually it's associated with cleaning products, or for example, because it's the color of snow, of something that is cool, cool of temperature, because usually it's the color of snow. Okay, just give me 1 second. I didn't introduce myself almost an hour, and all talking, it costs a little bit. Okay. You can use white to suggest simplicity in high-tech products, like for example Apple. White is an appropriate color for charitable organizations, and also your angels are usually imagined wearing white, always white robes. Also Jesus Christ, usually any religious figures, and for example prophets or something like that. Usually it's about the white because of the faith in purity. Also, white is also associated with hospitals, doctors, sterility. So we can use white to suggest safety when promoting medical products. White is often associated with low weight, low fat food, or dairy products like milk. And okay, we have at the end of the stretch, we have Hyantana is watching. He joined us. I hope Hyan can watch in later because we are basically almost over. Um, I will be here like 5 more minutes, so afterwards we can wrap up this live stream. I will be here around 5 minutes. If you have any questions regarding all the colors that we did, all the colors here plus the white and black. And as I said at the beginning, Claudia was not able to do this live stream because she was a little bit indisposed before she was preparing herself. But afterwards, I don't know if it's something she had for dinner or something like that. And she asked me to replace her, and I had some notes. And today was more about the broad sense of how we can associate colors with some emotions and sometimes with some products, marketing, and everything. But next Friday she will talk about. We had already had questions, if not mistaken, from Simone regarding the days of the week, if there is any meaning regarding colors, angels, guardian angels also. And all these questions will be answered next Friday with Claudia for sure. Oh, Lorella, okay, regarding Brown. Brown, yes, I didn't prepare anything for Brown. I was trying to keep myself on the main colors and white and black because usually it's what it is, the absence and or the association of all colors. But I wanted to stick, because we had only 1 hour, I wanted to stick with the main colors that we usually associate in our day-to-day lives. Maybe next time I will, if we can overextend more than an hour and do a live stream, or I can pass this note to Claudia to touch on other colors that we didn't talk today, for sure. Simon, thank you. I thank you very much for your patience and comprehension of being me here substituting with Claudia. And again, next time, next Friday, same time from 10 Dubai, if I'm not mistaken, 7 UK time, London time. For sure, Claudia will be here to do and answer a lot of these questions that I was not able to or was not prepared to do because there wasn't enough time. And I think we should wrap it up. It's getting a little over the 1 hour period. I thank you all for coming and seeing this. I will think they will be on the replay functionality on the video. If not, you can always catch this content on Claudia's channel, Beautiful Souls. It will leave some links and how to get all this content also, and also of course Bridges of Light. I thank you all. Hope you had an interesting hour as I did, exploring a little bit of the colors and their meanings, and for sure some of the questions that were not answered here will be answered by Claudia next week, and I will try to stay a little bit after this live stream on the chat to try to see some comments and answer them if I can, or Claudia, because she was here a little bit here and there trying to accompany the live stream. I hope you will see you next time in another day that Gaetano will allow me to do another live stream. We'll see about it. In the meantime, hope you had a good time, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.